Hi, everyone. Welcome to Movies with My Mother. I am Lexi.
And I'm Mom Lori.
And today we're continuing on our countdown to episode 100 with episode number 94.
94, yes.
And we watched League of Extraordinary Gentlemen.
We did.
It's PG-13 rated, an hour and 50 minutes. So it's a long movie.
Yes, that was a long movie, but it didn't feel like we were sitting there that long.
No, some of the 2-hour movies we've watched have been slugs.
Yeah, we've been here a week.
Yeah.
Right.
And I did fade away a little bit because I have just watched this recently.
Oh,
But, if you've never seen this before, like Mom, she was glued to her seat. She was...
And the only thing I looked away to see which actor was doing what and why.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was glued to it.
Yeah.
It was exciting.
Was it extraordinary?
It was extraordinary, yes.
It's from 2003, and it was directed by Stephen Norrington.
Yep.
It got a hot 17% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yikes.
It got 30 on Metascore.
Yeah.
And a 5.8 out of 10 on IMDb, which I don't feel is fair.
No, it was exciting. It was exciting.
Listen, this movie was not made to win awards. The continuity is bad. There's stuff that happens that wouldn't be correct even in a steampunk, dieselpunk world.
Right.
But it's fun.
It was very, very fun.
And, we've talked ad nauseum about how IMDb trends low just to start with.
Yeah.
But I think this one's a little on the low side.
Absolutely. But it came out with other, and I'll talk about that later. I know it came out with other better movies, maybe better, not the right word.
Okay. Bigger box office finds.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, it came out at a tough time.
Okay, that's fair. It had a huge budget.
Yes, I did see that.
I have about $78 million estimated budget.
Yep, that's what I saw. And 15 million of that went to Sean Connery.
I wrote 17. So
wow.
Even then, at 15, that's a ton, but 17, that's a lot.
Yeah. And I made a note of that too. Maybe I'm thinking wrong, but yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's a 7. I wrote down 1-7. Yeah, no. Crazy. But it made
17. I was wrong. You're right. 17.
It made money.
It did. It made money, and it made money in rentals and in DVDs too.
Yeah, I show a worldwide gross of about $179.3 million.
Yes.
That's $100 million profit.
Yes.
That's nothing to sneeze at.
No, we've watched some movies that made 3 million.
Yeah. That made no money.
Right. So, yeah, 100 million. But it was overall not very much liked by anybody.
Comic book purists would hate this movie because I did read that there were very big discrepancies.
All right.
And I'll talk about some of those in the trivia.
Yep.
And the fact that Alan Moore kind of became hands off at the end and was just like, you can go ahead and take my name off this.
Yes.
Because I hate this.
But me not being a comic book person, I thought it was great.
There are other Alan Moore adaptations that are better.
Okay.
If that tells you anything. Because I thought this was great.
Yeah, because where did Tom Sawyer come from? What? He wasn't in the comic books like that, was he?
I have never. Okay, I have only ever seen the books.
Yeah.
I have never sat down and read. Yeah,
Oh. Okay.
but I know Justin has a copy of one of the sequels upstairs somewhere, and I'll have to sit down and read it. And
Yeah.
I'll eventually find the first one because I like steampunk. I like neo-Victorian.
Uh-huh.
That's really cool to me. I read a comic book series. I didn't get the last issue. I'm missing the last issue. And the series was called Legendary. And it's a woman that has no idea who she is. And she's kind of going through and she's meeting people. And it turns out that the woman that can't remember who she is Red Sonja.
Okay, that doesn't mean anything to me.
Red Sonja is kind of like the Conan the Barbarian of women.
Oh, okay.
And the woman that helps her along may also be her sister, but that's Vampirella.
Uh-huh.
And one of the men that they meet is the $6 million man. Like the $6 million man's in there
On TV?
Yeah,
Okay.
but like a steampunk version.
Okay.
So his parts are all like sprockets and watch parts and gears and whatnot.
Yeah. Okay.
And it was cool as hell.
Interesting. Yeah, yeah.
And I like there's one called The New Guardians where it's like the zombie apocalypse in the Victorian era.
Okay. All right. Interesting.
That's very fun. But I've never actually sat down and read The League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. I just know what the trivia told me.
Interesting.
But
okay.
Again, it's in my wheelhouse, so probably should have read it.
Yep. Yep. No, I've never been a comic book person. Dave had tons of comic books, and he always read comic books. I've never been interested, I guess.
Yeah. Well, it's it's an acquired taste.
Okay. But I remember, back when I was a little kid and my mom didn't think we could read, and she sent us to reading classes in the summer, that was one of the big things. Here's a comic book, read this. But I wasn't interested in those. The Reader's Digest had a book of little stories. I read those.
Okay.
So, Oak Island, that TV series that's now.
Yeah.
Those guys also read that story in a Reader's Digest book.
No shit.
Yeah.
How cool.
So, that's the stuff I read. I didn't read comics. Dave read the comics. I read the Reader's Digest.
Okay. So you've been an old person since childhood.
I have been. Yes, I have been. And I could read back then. I just wasn't interested.
Yeah.
Just wasn't interested.
Yeah.
So, there you go, Mom.
If you haven't heard us talk about Mom, Grandma, she was a special lady.
Yeah.
Who didn't think very highly of either of us.
Nope. Sorry about that. It's unfortunate too, but whatever.
I mean, it's her loss.
Yeah. So, we're good now.
Yeah. Oh, could you imagine doing this when she was still around?
No.
She would have just pissed and moaned the whole time.
Yes.
Why are you guys doing such stupid shit?
Yeah. So that's exactly what she would do.
You look like an idiot on the internet.
No, she would never say it to us. She would say it to someone else.
Yeah.
And then they would say it they would tell us.
Yeah.
Yeah, so but yeah. And we do look stupid, but you know what? We're having fun, and that's all that really matters.
There ain't nothing you can say to us that we don't already know.
Right. Yes, unfortunately, I have a mirror in my house.
Yes,
So
I have listened to my inner monologue. I know exactly who I am as a human being. It's not good.
no. But you know what? It's okay.
It's
It's
fine.
okay. We are who we are, and that's all we're going to be.
Yeah,
So there, in your face.
that's right. Let's get back to this.
Yeah, how did we veer off at that road? Okay.
Because we talked about comic books.
Right.
The basic, not, and this is the basicest of basic plots.
Okay.
In an alternate Victorian age world, a group of famous contemporary fantasy, sci-fi, and adventure characters team up on a secret mission.
That's it.
That's that's the first plot synopsis that I found. And I was just like, the other ones are 7 paragraphs
Yeah.
long. This is 3 sentences.
Just waiting for you to go on, and then you looked at me and like, oh, she's done talking. Oh, wow. Talk about basic.
Yeah.
But I guess that is exactly what this story is about.
Yeah.
Hey, yikes.
It stars Sean Connery, Peter Wilson, Stuart Townsend, Jason Fleming, Tony Curran, Nasiruddin Shah.
Mhm.
I hope I said that guy's name at least somewhat right. Shane West and Richard Roxburgh are the main people that you would know.
Yep. Yeah. Oh, there's a lot of people in here.
Yeah, but those are the main faces.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Yeah. And, some of these faces are familiar to me, but not a lot of them. So, you know, names are familiar, but faces aren't.
Yeah, and I'm going to be honest with you. The only reason I watched this movie is because I love Peter Wilson. I loved La Femme Nikita. Like I said, La Femme Nikita was on from 97. I said 99 in the TikTok. It was on in 97. From 97 to like 2002 or 3, like that show had me in a chokehold. Like
Yeah.
I have the box sets. Like I was a La Femme Nikita fan.
Yes. Oh, I remember. I remember
And-
hearing about it. And
And again, you want to talk about terrible shows? Let's talk about La Femme Nikita. It was terrible.
no, it wasn't. It was what you wanted to see, and it was okay.
Awesome.
And I'm okay with that.
So this, so if you wonder where my love of hot garbage came from, it's because I've always loved garbage.
And it's okay. It's okay. I'm with you.
What do you got today?
We got a lot of stuff.
Okay.
I did, we have seen a Stephen Norrington movie before.
Yeah.
We watched The Blade.
Yeah, Blade.
Yes, Blade. The Blade is the newspaper here in town. So I thought, oh, you know what? I'm going to go back and listen to that and see what we talked about. And that was a little bit kind of when we were just starting to get into talking about the director and things that happened in the movie.
Yeah.
So, I made a couple of little notes about that. You know, about technical stuff, and the first cut was, well received. And this is, I think, where I started to see that so much of the stuff that happens because of the studio.
Yeah.
And how ridiculous the studio stuff has. But this was the beginning of where they were using the tight shots and and the special effects and the stuff like that was so important to that has become so important.
Okay.
So I thought that was interesting. I went back and listened to that.
Sure.
And but Stephen Norrington is really a special effects artist. That's really his main thing. And of course, directing. He's best known for horror and action genres, which, this is kind of a little of both, wouldn't you say?
Yeah.
He began his career as a makeup sculpting type person, including movies like Alien, Split Second, things like that. His directorial debut was in 1994, a movie called Death Machine.
Death Machine.
Yeah, which I've never heard of. Then Blade came along, 1994.
No, Blade wasn't from
No,
94.
Blade. Yeah, so I'm looking. Why did I write that? That was 98. Yeah, let's say 98.
Something like that.
That was the movie that brought him international fame, and because that shot to the top real fast. People liked it, I guess. 2003 brought him League of Extraordinary Gentlemen
Okay.
and Sean Connery.
Okay.
And by the end of this movie, everybody quit.
Yeah, Sean Connery famously
Yep.
retired after this movie.
Yep. And Steven said he would never direct another movie.
Sure, it's a lot of responsibility and all the bullshit kind of falls on your back.
Yep. Yep.
And when the studio says do this, do that, and do this, and then you do that, and then nobody likes it, well, it's your fault that nobody likes it. Nobody's gonna come at the studio like, studio, why would you do that? They're gonna be like, director guy, why would you do that?
Right. Right. And then, I've talked many times that I don't like reboots, remakes, whatever's next. There's no need.
Yeah.
We saw the movie. But this movie was supposed to have been a whole thing.
Yeah, a
This
series.
was the start of a whole thing. In 2008, Norrington was associated with the reboot of The Crow.
Oh.
That whole Crow franchise, he was going to do the next thing, and he entered into development, saying that he would write and direct re-innovation.
Re-innovation? What the Christ does that mean?
Well, I don't know, but into 2022. That was a long time.
From 2008 to 2022?
Yes.
God
Yeah.
damn.
It finally was announced that Rupert Sanders would direct.
Oh.
And the film eventually came out in 2024.
Oh.
So, here's Stephen Norrington starting something that he can't finish for the first time.
They said that the way that Bill Skarsgård looked in the Crow remake from 2024, they said he looked like a SoundCloud rapper, and that just makes me think of the Timothy Chalamet character on SNL. Whenever he goes on SNL, he's the SoundCloud rapper, and he's got like 5 trillion views, and his songs are just goofy as shit. But he's got stupid tattoos and dumb hair, and he's talking with a black accent, and it's not a good look, but
My.
like that's all I can think. Like somebody said that. Now that's all I can see.
Right? Yes. I get it. Let's see. Let's go back to 2011. Norrington said he was working on a untitled Norrington Genre Project.
What the fuck does that mean?
Well, who knows? But come along to 2018, and Stephen Dorff said Norrington was working on a project at his home, and it would probably take another 10 years to complete. It was some sort of miniature project.
Oh, like stop motion?
Yeah, it sounds like it, yes.
Oh my god!
Yes. Yes. And then, so I thought, what's going on there?
Take one man a million years. You need a team of people on that.
Whatever. So I'm thinking, what's going on? So there was a thing called unrealized projects. And this dude started tons of stuff. Over the last 20 years, he has worked on lots of projects that he was never able to complete, but others did. Starting out with 1998 Blade 2. He started that, but he didn't finish it. Someone else did.
Was that Guillermo del Toro?
I should have. That may be the right name. That may be. I didn't write down who finished any of them. I just wrote down that he didn't.
Let me see here. Directed by Guillermo del Toro.
Yes.
Okay. Guillermo del Toro is great.
Okay. In 2001, he started Brother Termite.
What's that?
I don't know.
Okay.
Ghost Rider.
I think they ended up making that.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage was the Ghost Rider.
Yes, Ghost Rider. That one did end up being made by somebody else.
Okay.
And then there was a whole bunch of stuff about this next movie. It was a Marvel Kung Fu movie, but it kind of talked in a circle, and I didn't write any of it down. And I thought, interesting.
Oh.
2002, he tried a remake of 1988's Akira.
Oh, the anime?
I think that's what that is.
Akira, the anime?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
With white people in the cast, I'm sure, because that's what Hollywood likes to do.
Probably. And then 2003, he was trying to mess with the franchise with this movie, with League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, another one of their movies.
Okay.
But there was little interest in it. No one wanted to take it up. 2013, there was a TV type movie, or I'm not exactly sure what they were talking about. Maybe a series, possibly, of League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, but it died a slow death.
Well, like this would have been very well suited for television. Yeah, as most comic book stories would be, because today we can do this, and tomorrow we can do that, and the next day we can do something completely different.
When I was a kid, man, was our movie. We ran home from school to watch Batman.
And who was it? Showtime or HBO? One of the two, redid Westworld from the 70s. It was awesome.
Yes. Yes.
And there's so much with that you can do.
Yep. Then along in 2007, which was during this time they were messing with this franchise, there was a fantasy type Clash of the Titans movie that he was trying to develop. It didn't come about.
Clash of the Titans is one of those movies, like, from the 80s that, like, the image, the vision was there, but, like, the execution was not. It's one of those kind of movies where just, like, you knew what they were trying to do, but either there was the technology wasn't there, the skill wasn't there, the set design wasn't there. Something wasn't able to make the vision the full vision. And it's a
Interesting.
really shitty movie.
All right. And then in 2010, he started with a project on the Lost Patrol.
Okay, what's that
Yeah,
mean?
yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
You know, again, it didn't. So in the very end, this dude made only 4 movies:
Huh.
The Death Machine, Blade, our movie, the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, and something called The Last Minute. So,
Never heard of it.
yeah. So, you know, I mean, he's been working hard, you know, but
But if I remember correctly, the making of Blade was really difficult too because Wesley Snipes was a difficult person to work with.
yes,
And, you know, heads were butting there, studio interference there.
right, right. I mean,
So, sometimes sometimes you hear stuff like that and it's just like, well, is Wesley Snipes a dick? Is Sean Connery a full dick? Or like were they provoked by a hack?
right. Who knows?
And in this case it kind of sounds like they were both provoked by a hack.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it just seems weird.
Yeah. Sometimes the problem is you.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, and all of the projects that he couldn't get off of the ground, you know, and the ones that he did, this was the only movie I even recognized the name of.
And that's only because I've been talking about it for 20 years.
Right. Right. Well, Blade also.
Oh yeah, Blade.
That was,
Blade's such a good movie.
as I recall, that was pretty exciting. But I don't remember. I don't know. I don't remember yesterday. How am I going to remember this? Okay, onward toward the writing. Because of the comic book nature of the story, all the different writing techniques had to come together to make the movie what it is. And, you know, and I thought about that and I thought, yeah, because one guy didn't write all of those comics. It was all different people that did different things. And I thought, oh, you know, whatever.
Are you sure about that?
Well, you know, in comic books, it's not, well, one guy kind of directs the whole thing, but, you know, in the end, I don't know what I'm talking about, am I? No, that doesn't make any sense, does it?
That's
Wonder what I was reading.
because that's how movies are made. There's lots of people involved in making a movie, but sometimes a comic book is just one guy that writes
Has
the
an
story,
idea, yeah,
and
yeah,
one
yeah.
guy that draws it,
Oh,
and maybe another guy that colors it.
yep, yep. And then I wrote down here that 20th Century Fox didn't own all the rights to everything, and that's where problems started.
Okay,
You know, so maybe that's what I'm thinking about
sure.
when I was writing this. You know, like I said, the Invisible Man was not the Invisible Man. It was just
And
an
Invisible Man.
Invisible Man. So, which we're sitting here thinking, oh, that's ridiculous. But it's not really. Why didn't 20th Century Fox have that under lock when they started this? What? Who fell down on the? Who didn't do their job that day?
Right. And was it because the H.G. Wells estate still owned it, or was it because Universal Pictures had the copyright? Because Universal Pictures in the 30s and 40s made Invisible Man movies.
Right. So who had it? H.G. Wells or them? You know?
Yeah.
And why? And who dropped the ball?
Yeah.
You know, and that it just seemed strange to me that that wasn't a thing. But I don't know how any of that works.
I think they made lemonade out of lemons with that character, though. I
Yes,
mean, I
absolutely.
liked the character of Rodney Skinner.
Yes, as did I. And when he put the cream on his face and came to life,
Yeah,
I thought that was a genius idea.
yeah,
Because if I recall, the Invisible Man was always wrapped up in bandages.
yeah. Bandages like a mummy.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's just ridiculous.
Did you know that the Invisible Man was originated by Claude Rains? Did you know that Claude Rains was just a bite-sized man?
No.
He was just a teeny tiny little man.
My goodness.
And I only found that out because he plays the father of the man that's the Wolf Man. So him so Claude Rains standing next to Lon Chaney Jr. and Lon Chaney Jr. is just towering over Claude Rains, and it's just like,
Oh,
my God, who knew that an imposing character like the Invisible Man was played by a man who's like 5'4"?
my goodness. Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, then I go. We can go on to casting, and we've already talked about Sean Connery turning down The Matrix.
Oh, we didn't talk about that here. We talked about it during the movie.
Oh, did we?
Yeah. So no, yeah. Sean Connery
Oh my
turned
God!
down.
Now I'm getting confused.
Sean Connery turned down roles in The Matrix and in Lord of the Rings: The Fellowship of
Yeah,
the Rings.
he turned down Gandalf.
Yeah,
Gandalf.
because he didn't understand the little people wandering around the forest. He didn't understand.
Right.
Which, listen, same, but they're great movies.
You know, I've never read Lord of the Rings, but almost everyone I know has read every one of the Lord of the Rings and has seen all of the movies. But even I know that Lord of the Rings has been huge since I don't know. I think I knew about it in the 70s.
Oh yeah,
I think that the kids were reading it when in high school.
yeah. And then like bands like Led Zeppelin came along and had that whole like
Yeah.
Tolkien fairy dust vibe.
Yeah, so how can somebody like Sean Connery not know anything about that?
He was an old man in the 70s.
Well, yes. Yes. But yeah, he turned down parts like that were box office bonanzas
Yeah.
for this movie.
Well, I will tell you also that The Matrix really did have a big problem getting big names because they wanted Will Smith for the Keanu Reeves role.
Oh.
And Will Smith turned the movie down to do Wild Wild West, another steampunky type movie that didn't do very well. It's a joke of a movie.
Oh my gosh.
So, I don't think a lot of people understood the Matrix vision.
I guess, yeah. Wow. But seen that so many times that this or that person turned it down, and this is a movie that's still going on.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
how do you choose a movie? I don't know.
I don't know.
But yes, Sean Connery made $17 million
Wow.
for this movie. You were correct in that.
Yeah, it said it didn't leave a lot of meat on the bone
For the rest of the cast.
for other big names to be attracted.
Right. Right. So yeah, so in your face, Sean Connery.
Well, just because you don't, and the thing that I read is that he didn't understand the Matrix, and he didn't understand Lord of the Rings, and he didn't really understand this movie, but he was just like, well, I probably should do something.
Right.
So he took this movie, figuring it would be, I guess, the lesser of three evils, and really hated the whole thing, and hated the movie, and hated the director, and
yes,
just hated everything.
Everything I've read about this movie it was arguments and fights, and you don't know what you're doing, and you don't know what you're doing, and it sounds like it was just an awful place to work.
Yeah.
Just awful. And I think like Sean Connery, did he know what 007 was when he took up that part?
Well,
What do you mean you don't understand that? You don't know what that's about? What?
how hard is it to be a good-looking guy that gets the girl every chance you get?
I get. Oh, don't you put your butt down there. She is dangerously close to my iced tea.
Yeah.
And I always think about that
You want to hold it?
about that TikTok I've seen where the cat jumps up onto the edge at the office.
Yeah.
It's right down on the straw. Ow!
No, that's not. We don't chew.
Our producer Tallulah has joined the chaos,
Yeah.
and yeah, she doesn't know what she wants.
If you open your legs up a little bit, she'll lay
She'll
down.
lay down
Yeah.
and find a home.
Yeah. She likes that spot.
My foot is dangerously close to those books, so
Yeah.
yeah, so strange stuff. I mean, this was certainly the stuff I've read about this movie was odd.
Yeah.
It just kept getting more and more odd. And I guess I don't understand it. And there was a lawsuit involved.
Oh boy, who's suing who?
In 2003, Larry Cohen and Martin Pohl sued 20th Century Fox for plagiarizing their script that was called Cast of Characters that they had pitched to 20th Century between 1993 and 1996. And it was eventually settled out of court. But what I read of it, it was an Invisible Man, and it was other superheroes, and it sounded very much like our movie.
But when were the comics written? I feel like the comics are old as hell.
Yes, but when you put a movie together, that's a different thing. That's more specific. And just the stuff I read, and you can read all that stuff and all that legalese stuff that I don't understand, but it sounds like it was pretty darn close to this movie. And just the fact that it was settled out of court, that too kind of leads me to believe that maybe 20th Century Fox thought that there was something to it, and rather than continue with fighting in court, they just, pay it.
Oh, well, this says that the comic series co-created by Alan Moore and artist Kevin O'Neill began in 1999. Who knew that wasn't that old?
1999? Well, how did these guys pitch that same movie in 1993?
Right.
See, it's just real confusing.
Yeah.
This whole movie has just been very confusing to me.
Okay. Crazy.
Oh, yes, and I don't know, where did we talk about how much this movie, our movie, opened number 2.
Okay.
Behind Pirates of the Caribbean,
Oh,
The Curse of the Black Pearl.
I would have never beat out Pirates of the Caribbean. People still love Johnny Depp.
Yes, and they still love that movie.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I knew that it was big, but I couldn't think of what it was. So
Oh wow, yeah, that was a big movie.
yes. And no, you can't get past a movie like that. So that's why League of Extraordinary Gentlemen was number 2. The critical response was just not pleasant.
Well, we saw that in a 17% at Rotten Tomatoes.
Right. And then Rotten Tomatoes went on to say the movie was just ordinary.
Oh,
Ow.
pardon me.
Oh. League of Extraordinary Gentlemen is a great premise, ruined by poor execution.
What did I say?
That's exactly what you said. Overall reviews were blah, accompanied by 1 star. Ouch. Ouch. Even the creator of the comic said it was a failure.
Yeah, he went on to have other adaptations of his work done, and he wouldn't put his name on it.
Right. He said it was not respectful of the material and it was unrecognizable in its characters. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Holy cow. So, what do you know? What do you know? Our film was nominated for 3 Saturn Awards.
Saturn?
It's the Academy of Science Fiction, Fantasy, and Horror Films.
Never even heard of that.
Neither did I, but I wrote it down.
Okay.
Because they got, it was nominated for Best Fantasy Film, Peeta Wilson for Best Supporting Actress.
Nice.
And Best Costuming. And guess who they lost to?
Pirates of the Caribbean?
Lord of the Rings.
Oh, well. Well, listen, the camera work on that is wild because, it would have Elijah Wood standing next to Viggo Mortensen, and Viggo Mortensen is, an average size 6 foot plus man.
Uh-huh.
And then they'd have Elijah Wood standing next to him, and he'd come up to like his hip.
Oh.
And they had that.
Wow.
And it,
okay.
and it was seamless.
All right. And Pirates of the Caribbean also. But and also the movie Finding Nemo.
Oh no.
Gosh. They could not catch a break.
No.
So like I said, the stuff I read, this is a movie that probably should have never been done. It just seemed like it was something from the start of this movie was just wrong. And maybe it was the choice of directors. Because isn't it kind of the director who finds all the actors and stuff like that?
I mean, you would think so. Well, no, casting people find the actors, and I don't know who has the final say on those, but there's casting agents involved.
Yeah, yeah. So interesting, huh?
That's crazy.
Just craziness, just utter craziness.
There was when they're on board the Nautilus, and Mina is working at her little portable lab, and she's talking like Sean Connery.
Yes.
She had called him to make sure that was cool with him. And she's like, was it a good impression? He's just like, no, your accent's terrible. He's like, it's great. So you should do it like that.
So she did a great job.
So at least he had a sense of humor about it.
Right. Well, I thought she sounded pretty good.
Yeah.
That's what I would say under my breath. So,
we already talked about that. Oh, well, we might not have gone really into that. Except for Rodney Skinner, who played an Invisible Man, not the Invisible Man.
Correct.
All of the other characters have fallen into the public domain. I think maybe we talked about this during the movie.
I think we did during the movie, yes.
And then the note in the trivia was just like some of the Golden Age comic book characters, but it didn't give me any examples. So I don't know what they're talking about, and I didn't care to go look.
Oh, maybe those are like all of the rest of the characters we know.
Yeah.
Batman and Robin and
No, Batman. No, that one is still fully licensed and
okay.
stuff like that. That's not a public domain character. You have to, they're probably talking about like fucking like Mighty Mouse and shit like that.
Oh, okay. And we've talked about how that public domain stuff works.
Yeah.
It's time and use and there's so much involved in it.
And I don't know why Dorian Gray would be in the public domain. But I do know that when his wife left him after his buggery charges, that his children changed their names.
Oh.
So, I don't know why they wouldn't have gone back to acquire, the wild estate after he died.
Right.
But I can also see why they wouldn't have done that.
Right.
Because his kids, they would have, they would have been alive in, the middle part of this century or last century.
Right. Sure. You'd think so.
Yeah. So I don't, is all of Wild's works in the public domain? Because every couple of years there's a new, Lady Windermere's Fan and The Importance Being Earnest. Those movies come out every couple of years when we need a, Victorian age little fuss about movie.
Interesting. I don't know.
Huh. Go find anything by Wilde. His stuff is wonderful.
Yes.
We talked about how Sean Connery retired after this. He officially retired in 2006, but he didn't work between then and this movie.
Okay.
When they are told by Skinner about the scientists and the wives and the children of the scientists working in, that castle in Mongolia,
Mm-hmm.
Captain Nemo denounces that as monstrous. Did you hear him say that? He's like, monstrous.
I did hear that. Yes.
In Jules Verne's original story, Nemo's own wife and children had been kidnapped and murdered, and grief-stricken, he built the submarine and retreated to the sea.
Okay. And I looked up Oscar Wilde. Yes, original work by Oscar Wilde, who died in 1900.
Yeah.
Is in the public domain.
That's crazy to me.
Dorian Gray, The Importance of Being Earnest. Yes.
Yeah. Huh. That's crazy. I can't believe that his sons wouldn't have figured out something to do with it.
Right.
Just the money to be made off of it.
Right.
The two movies that Alan Moore didn't want his name on that subsequently to this movie was V for Vendetta, which is a wild movie, and Watchmen, which is really, really cool.
Interesting.
When Tom Sawyer and Quartermain are running through the streets of Paris after Mr. Hyde,
Yes.
you can hear Quartermain yelling to Tom Sawyer that Hyde has been terrorizing the Rue Morgue for months.
Uh-huh.
That is an allusion to Poe's The Murders in the Rue Morgue, another 19th century work. Got more on the Gothic side, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
This is a thinking man's movie, I guess.
There's a lot of, yeah. The bad guy is introduced as M, and then they announce that he's Professor James Moriarty, and that was the bad guy in Sherlock Holmes,
which I did not connect.
Which I didn't connect either until I was, reading trivia for this movie, and I've seen this movie many times,
Okay,
a couple times this year. Nemo's name is actually a Latin word meaning nameless or nobody.
Interesting.
And in the graphic novel, when someone asks him his name, he often replies, I am no one.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Speaking of Captain Nemo, he is an Indian man from India,
Uh-huh.
and he's performing martial arts throughout the movie. You know, you see him in the fights, and
Yes.
he's spin kicking and all sorts of stuff. The discipline is called Shin Sun Do and is thought to have originated in India.
No way.
And the actor who played Captain Nemo, who I'm not going to attempt to butcher his name again, did most of his own stunts.
Wow. Wow, because he was really, yeah, you could really see him spinning and kicking, like you said.
Yeah.
Wow, cool. For him.
In the graphic novel, Quartermain had fallen on hard times due to an opium addiction and was rescued from a Cairo opium den by Mina Murray to join the League. Mina Murray is the maiden name of Mina Harker.
Mhm.
I'm thinking Dracula that they were married, Mina and Jonathan.
Okay.
But in this movie, it said they were.
Yeah.
She uses Harker in this movie, but in the comic, she used Murray, which was her original surname.
Okay.
And apparently in the comic book, she was the one that was setting about putting everybody together, and that was kind of her role in the group.
Oh.
Was the kind of leader, you know,
Organizer.
yeah.
Okay.
But Connery was just like, I am not going to play an opium addict. If you change it, I'll do it, but I'm not going to be an opium addict. And so they changed it to him just kind of hiding away from English society.
Right. If he was in Africa, he would never die.
Yeah. Jason Fleming was only cast as Jekyll and Hyde after several well-known British actors refused the part because of the demanding makeup effects, which, listen, I'm here to tell you, I can't sit still for 12 hours.
I cannot even imagine how some of those actors have sat through some of the stuff we have seen.
Listen, there's no amount of money that you can pay me for me to sit still for more than, an hour or two.
Right. It's all I can do to get my hair did.
Yeah, like, sometimes I'll get lost in The Sims, but,
Yeah, no, crazy.
but
You would think that there would be a suit that he could step in and out of.
I mean, that would be the easiest thing, but how hard would that be to make?
On the other hand, that was a long time ago, and now things have changed.
They probably would have put just a motion capture suit on and computer imaged him.
Yeah.
Now.
Things are different now.
Yeah.
The CGI, we were talking about the CGI during the movie. It has come so far. So, I mean, what we saw there and what is now reality is nothing to compare.
Right. Nemo's driver introduces himself by saying, "Call me Ishmael,"
Yes.
which is the first line of Herman Melville's Moby Dick, which is another story in the public domain.
Yep.
Alan Quartermain was one of the inspirations for Indiana Jones.
Yes.
And Connery famously played Dr. Henry Jones's father in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Yes. I recall that.
He's like, they're like, Indy. And he's like, his name is Henry. Indiana was the dog.
I have seen those movies.
Monica Bellucci was originally cast as Mina Harker, but had to drop out due to scheduling conflicts. Monica Bellucci is a fucking gorgeous woman.
Why do I know that name? Have we seen something?
She had been. She just broke up with Tim Burton.
Oh, yes. Okay. Okay. That's why I know that name. And she is gorgeous.
She's beautiful. And she's pretty old. You know, she's probably
61.
yeah, she's still gorgeous. I was going to say 55, but yeah, 61. She looks fabulous. We should all look that good at 61.
Yeah.
David Thewlis auditioned for the role of Jekyll and Hyde, and you'd know that guy if you saw him, but I can't think of anything that you would have seen him in. Thewlis.
Oh, yeah. I recognize that face.
Yeah, you've seen him in stuff.
Probably.
And you watch a lot of British television, he might, he's a British guy. He might
Yeah,
have been on something.
absolutely.
And the person formerly known as Eddie Izzard read for the part of Rodney Skinner, which would have been exciting with them in the cast too.
Yes.
I like her.
I could see that.
And when she was playing strictly male roles, she did a great job.
Yes.
She goes by Susie now.
Susie, yes.
Susie Eddie Izzard.
You told me that.
Yeah. And she was just in the Hammer movie of Jekyll and Hyde.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It wasn't very good. And I was very sad because it's just this like the nouveau Hammer stuff. Like I'm trying, like I'm watching it, but I'm not liking it.
I understand because, I don't watch movies.
Because Hammer's been in a few different people's hands in the last 20 years, and
Not all good.
they're not great.
Okay, that's unfortunate.
And the last little bit of trivia I have is that both Peter Wilson and Shane West have starred in TV series based on the movie La Femme Nikita. Wilson was on La Femme Nikita on USA,
Yes.
and Shane West was in Nikita on CW.
Interesting.
He played the mentor role.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Very interesting. But overall, I reading the stuff, prepping for this movie, I thought, oh, it's going to be torturous to watch. Just torturous. But I liked it. I really liked it. It was visually stunning. Even though the CGI was not like we know now, it was great.
Yeah, I mean, for early CGI,
Yes.
I mean, it doesn't really get schlocky until Dorian dies. The ship was really cool.
Yes. Yes.
The ship being on the water was really cool.
Yes.
The rockets and the bombs were really cool.
Right.
But
it was okay.
Dorian's death scene was very much early CGI. It was very bad. And to be quite honest, I have seen better practical effects in older movies.
Well, maybe just that thing, but okay.
No, for just that death scene.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have seen better practical effects in much, much older movies.
It was okay.
Which,
it absolutely fit the movie.
But if good practical effects exist, why didn't you use them instead of spending all that money on really bad CG?
Honey, it sounds like this movie was a fucking train wreck from the day one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sorry.
It sounded like there were many altercations between Sean Connery and Stephen Norrington
Mm, Yeah.
that
Can't even imagine doing a job when the top two people in the movie, the director and the star, are at each other's throats. I can't even imagine working
right.
like that.
Right. Well, I can't imagine doing something like that and then coming up with a movie that's not great. Because there are instances where the director will just fucking hassle the lead actor. Hitchcock did it. He needled all the women in his cast
Yep.
and he harassed them to no end. Hitchcock, I don't think, made a bad movie.
No. No.
Stanley Kubrick terrorized. Um. Oh, she just died. What's her name? Shelley.
Shelley Duvall?
Yes,
Okay.
he terrorized her. He treated her like she was a day one acting student.
Oh my God. Did he feel like maybe that was what would motivate her to do a better job?
When we watch The Shining, you will see that yes,
Okay.
it brought out the performance of a lifetime. I don't think she could have done as well if she tried. You know what I'm
wow.
saying?
Okay. All right.
But to just be just constant, just abused,
Oh man.
but in that movie, she kind of she needed to have the affect of a woman in an abusive situation.
Right. Living on the edge.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully it snows this year so we can watch The Shining. It's in our back pocket. I've got it on
Right.
DVD like 4 times.
Okay.
Like we will watch it. We just need a little snow.
Yes. Okay. No, last year was supposed to be our year for snow, so I don't know what's going to happen this
I don't
year.
know. We bought an axe. We have an axe.
we-
God damn it.
It's not a fireman's axe, but we got one.
Yeah,
Because the one that shows pictures of it's a fireman's axe.
it's all right.
We don't need an axe like that.
No.
So we're making do with what we got.
And when we bought it, the guy's like, it hasn't been sharpened. We're like,
It's probably for the best.
us with a sharp weapon? Are you kidding me?
I don't think he knew what to do with it. 4 women going into this. It was a really cool looking store.
It was, and it was in an outlet mall, but it was a veteran owned.
Veteran supporting.
Yeah, like wood shop.
More like a used.
Yeah, like it was a used tools
store.
And they had little woodworking stuff, but they had tools.
Yep.
Mowers and
all kinds of stuff.
Axes and all sorts of shit.
And when we asked for an axe, he kind of looked at us like, what? He said, I have one. And we said, we'll take it.
We'll take it. And he's like, it hasn't been cleaned. It hasn't been sharpened. It hasn't been repainted. We're like, we don't need none of
we'll
that.
Take it. We want it just as it is. So that was fun. That was a fun story. So yeah, we're ready. We're gonna do it when we can.
Yeah.
Lex wants us to have snow.
We need to have snow. You'll see why we need to have snow.
Okay.
Because they're snowed into the
They're
hotel.
snowed into the hotel. I do know that.
Yeah. So we gotta be snowed in at least to dusting.
Okay. Well, I think all of last winter we only had an inch of snow total.
It was nothing.
Which, over the course of winter, and who knows if we're going to have winter this year.
Right.
It's supposed to be very hot this week in the 80s. So, we're all going to die.
Yeah.
and let's see, the solstice has happened, so we are in
fall.
yes, yes. Oh well, who knows?
Yeah.
We have a little bit of housekeeping that we've got to do.
Oh yeah. Our countdown to 100 has been crawling on,
Yep.
and it is October now. It's what is this? The 3rd or the 4th? It's the
Yeah.
4th.
Yeah.
We are going to miss spooky season completely, which sucks because this is my favorite time of year. I love watching horror movies, especially in October.
Yep. But we're not going to cross it off.
No, absolutely not. We are going to get up to 100. We're going to get through 100.
Yeah.
And then we're going to double back to spooky season because we've already made a choice on what we want to watch. I already have the movies in my hands.
Right. We're prepared. We prepared for this a long time ago.
Yeah. We don't ever expect us to be this prepared again. We'll never have 13 movies that will be ready and locked and loaded to watch ever again.
So, yeah, spooky season will cover Christmas and New Year's.
Yeah.
Probably. So,
yeah.
and that's okay with us.
Yeah.
So, we're cool with it.
Yeah, and I found a copy of White Christmas on Blu-ray, so we can watch
goodness.
White Christmas for our Christmas movie. So
my goodness, that's a wonderful movie.
Movies.
You have White Christmas, not Holiday Inn.
I have White Christmas.
Okay. Basically the same movie.
It's basically.
Yay. I love them.
Yeah.
So yay. But yeah, that we wanted to make sure everybody knew that we were still going to do spooky season because that's one of our favorite things.
Yeah. And we had decided months ago that we were going to do Universal Horror this year.
Yep.
And so, I've dug out Dracula. I've dug out the Frankenstein movies.
Yeah.
I've dug out Creature from the Black Lagoon. I know that I have a box set with everything on it. I cannot put my hands on that to save my life.
The day after we finish the last movie, you'll find it. You know that.
Hoping to eventually get to it when we get our living room reordered.
Yeah.
Because there's a little bit of ADHD, there's a little bit of depression, and there's a whole fuckload of lazy preventing us.
You two are busy. You guys are just busy. And that schedule that you guys work is god awful.
Yeah, and sometimes we're ships in the night. Anyways, but we're really lazy on top of it. Don't discount the fact that we're lazy.
All right. Yeah. Yeah, with my Blythe, Alexis's sister, became ill, and I thought that I was going to have to go down there if she needed surgery. And I thought, oh my God, I can't even have Alexis come in here and see my house. It's a disaster area.
Shut up. Look at my house.
Oh. Okay, then it would. It's awful. It's awful. And I thought, oh, I've got to clean my house up in case she needs surgery. So yeah, poor Reginald would be there, on his own. But yeah, I get it, Lex. I get it. There's so much more to housekeeping than housekeeping.
Yeah, and once we get the treadmill on the other wall,
okay,
and we get the bookcases up, and the movies on the bookcases, and all this shit finds new homes, get off.
Because you have an entire table full of movies.
It's spilled onto the floor.
Yes, their coffee table is filled with movies.
Yeah.
So they can't have a coffee table. It's a bookshelf.
It's a bookshelf. Now. So we have 2 bookcases that we bought that we haven't put together, and we have a bookcase that's put together that I don't know what kind of life it has in it left.
Yeah,
I'm hoping a lot.
Yeah, but can you get 3 bookshelves across that space?
Yes, because I measured.
Oh, okay.
From window to window is 94 inches.
Well, did you think about the things on the bottom of the window, the sills?
Yeah. It's like 94 inches.
Okay.
And each of the bookcases across is like 31 inches. So it will
Oh, okay.
just fit.
It will just fit. Yes. Okay. Oh, but yeah, I know. I know. I mean, and as
And
much as you guys work, I can't even imagine. So,
yeah. Yeah. And then, sometimes by the time I get home, he's half dead.
yeah,
You know?
exactly. Because he's worked all day. He's been home. He's ready to go to bed.
Yeah.
I
So,
get it.
like, and then there's depression and ADHD involved. And then, and then nothing gets done. And then
Right.
just nothing gets done.
No, that's
So,
exactly what has happened at my house.
well, I saw that there's an app that, like, it's like a Tamagotchi. Do you remember Tamagotchis?
Tamagotchi, is that those little animals?
It's the little keychain animal that you had to feed every day or else it
Yes.
would die.
Yes.
They have like one of those for people with ADHD and depression to help a little bird grow and thrive and
Oh,
today's task is do your dishes. Just do your dishes.
oh,
And your bird gets fed and it
okay.
thrives. And I haven't actually played with it, but I've been thinking about it. Like, I do need a kick in the pants.
All right. All right.
But we did take the Goodwill shit to Goodwill the other day.
Which
So,
I'm sure Goodwill is thrilled.
yeah.
You just stocked their store. No, you didn't. You only had what, 5 bags?
No, that was the last time we went, and that was 6 bags. And those are the big bags. This was only 2 big bags and a small bag,
Oh, okay. Okay.
but a lot of men's clothes.
Which they have, the last few times I've been in Goodwill, they've been wanting men's clothes.
Yeah, the men's selection is real sad there
Yeah.
anymore.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. So yay. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Do you want to do the dead people?
Oh, yeah.
We've only got a few this time.
Okay.
Um, Jane Goodall, just the
Oh,
other day, dead at 91.
good for her, though. And,
Yeah.
to live such a rich life.
And she was on a book tour. She was the day she died. She was on a book tour.
Hey, you know what? Go out doing what you love.
Absolutely.
And she loved her chimpanzees.
Yes, she did. Primologist. She was a primologist, an anthropologist. She did so much for all of the primates.
Yeah. And I was like, is that the lady that wrote Gorillas in the Mist? No, that was Diane Fossey. Whole different lady.
Yes. But Jane Goodall has written many books.
Yeah.
Many, many books. Yeah, she was on a book tour.
Hey, you know what? I wish I hope to be sharp
Yes.
and travel
Oh
worthy
my gosh, yes.
at 91. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. I had to have
What's that
help
called?
getting out of the chair.
Ambulatory.
Ambulatory, which I am not.
Right.
I'm a wreck today. I don't
And you're
know.
nowhere near 91.
Wow, today I feel like I'm about 99.
Yeah, I get it.
Let's see, Rudy Johnson at 45. Unfortunately, he died from suicide.
Oh, that's the football
The
player?
football player, yes.
Okay.
His family thinks that it was probably CTE that he had been struggling with, but a lot of mental issues that he had been struggling with, and he took his own life.
That's too bad.
Yes, yes, it is.
Because 45 is way too young.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Sean Clark at 50.
Again, that's way too young.
Yes, he was an assistant coach at the University of Central Florida, and it just said a sudden illness.
Oh, so did he have a heart attack?
Or did he get the flu and it got him?
Oh my God.
It's flu season, so, absolutely. It just said a sudden illness. It did not expand any. And the last one I have is Dame Patricia Rutledge at 96. She is best known for playing the part of Hyacinth Bouquet from Keeping Up Appearances.
And her wild sisters Rose and Daisy.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, I had forgotten about them. Oh my goodness.
And her poor husband. What was her husband's name? Oh,
I don't remember.
but he was just so over her shit.
Oh my gosh. That was just the funniest show.
And their last name was Bucket.
Bucket. Bucket.
But she pronounced it bouquet to make it fancy.
Answered the phone with, "Hello, this is the Bouquet residence. This is the lady of the house speaking." I thought she was very, very funny. And I just found her recently in a show called The Hetty Winthrop Investigations. She
Oh,
played Lady PI.
okay.
And but she's been an actress for years.
Oh, yeah.
She has been in much, much, much stuff. Coronation Street.
Oh, my God.
She was in that. And she was in the movie To Sir with Love.
Oh, my God. Okay.
She has been an actress that long.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had just found this show, this Hetty Winthrop Investigates. I think it's kind of a Murder She Wrote type thing, that she investigates stuff. But very interesting lady. And dead at 96.
Did it say of what? Or she's
It did.
96. God bless
Right.
her.
It did not.
Good for her.
So
Did
yeah.
you know that they're redoing Murder, She Wrote
Yes, I do.
with Jamie Lee Curtis?
Yes. I'm not exactly sure about that.
Yeah.
Because I really enjoy Murder, She Wrote. I still watch it.
Yeah. I don't, how do I believe that Jamie Lee Curtis is, a retiree living in New England, riding her bicycle around town, being in everybody's business?
Right.
Like, Jamie Lee Curtis is a spry woman.
Right. Right.
But she's probably close to 70.
Yes. Yes. So, what about it?
But just, imagining her as an old lady is not the same as Angela Lansbury being an old lady. And Angela Lansbury probably was only in her mid 50s. Because, the Golden Girls were only they ranged from 48 to 57. That was the geriatric women of the 80s. 48.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. And there's been so much stuff on everything, and I just tried to turn it on, and the only thing that'll come up is Angela Lansbury Murder, She Wrote.
That's so funny.
But, I've seen so much stuff on it, and I'm thinking, I will certainly watch it.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
But I'm not exactly sure I'm going to like it.
Yeah, again, Jamie Lee Curtis isn't, somebody's grandma.
Yeah.
Even though she could be.
She probably is. They're so different, and when you think of Angela Lansbury, you think of a certain type of woman. Not what Jamie Lee Curtis is not that woman.
No.
But why not? Why can't she be that woman? She's an actress. Of course it'll be fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've been seeing a lot of stuff about it, and I haven't really looked at much of it, but I don't know. I don't know. Will it be okay?
Who knows?
Show me more. Now it's starting to fill in. Who's going to be the doctor? Who's going to be the sheriff? That's what I want to know. So, it'll be interesting.
Yeah.
It'll be fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine.
We're ready for new stuff.
Yeah.
So yeah. So yeah. What else? We talked about our lunch.
Did we talk about our
Did we
lunch?
talk about our lunch, or have we just talked about our
I
lunch?
think we just talked about it.
Oh my goodness.
We're trying to get a little healthier. It's holiday time. Let's go on a diet.
Right.
Because we're smart people. So this movie, um, there is no food in this movie. And when I was like, what do I serve at the steampunk party? It said like tea sandwiches and pedophores, which are little tiny cakes.
Right.
And what?
That's not really us.
No. What?
So we made our own.
So we had lettuce wraps instead of sandwiches.
Yeah.
And I had a club sandwich on a hunk of lettuce, and it was fabulous.
Yes.
It's delicious.
I know. Surprise. See, the eating is not hard to do. And it tastes good.
Yeah, I mean the lunch meat was probably bad, but
Well, lunch meat has a lot of sodium, but it doesn't, most diets don't rule it out.
right.
You just eat it in moderation. And, but we didn't have a lot of dressing on it. We didn't put mayonnaise on it. We
I
didn't
didn't put
slather anything
any.
on it. No. What I feel, because I'm the one that said lettuce wrap. When I eat lettuce wrap, and I eat lots of stuff in a lettuce wrap, taco makings in a lettuce wrap is fabulous.
Yeah, why would that be bad?
Um, I I don't tend to put anything additional on it other than the meat and if you want cheese. But Lex brought out the shredded carrots, and I put some shredded carrots on mine. That was fabulous.
I found that by accident. We were having like sub sandwiches one day,
Yeah.
and like I had those in my fridge, and they were getting a little long in the tooth in the fridge, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna try this on a sandwich.
Oh,
Just gonna sprinkle this on. Fabulous.
oh my God.
I don't want a sandwich without shredded
No.
carrot now.
No, I'm going to make sure I have shredded carrots in my house now.
Yeah,
Because they were that good.
it was, and in the lettuce, it was awesome.
Yep. Yep. Avocado and
Yeah,
shredded carrots and bacon. What could be bad about it?
yeah.
So we had something different, and we had a little lemon pound cake,
Yeah, we had
and
a
it
little
was
lemon pound
delicious
cake.
too.
Yeah, I wanted about 4 slices. I
Oh.
wanted to get up and get more.
Yeah, yeah.
The getting up part is what prevented me from getting.
Yeah, but it's easy. But it's not easy to get healthy. So
Yeah, but little baby steps. We're trying.
yes, that's exactly what I'm doing.
Yeah.
So if you'd like to come along with me, okay. It's hard.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going full bore.
No, I don't
No.
blame you.
Because I can't give up potatoes. I can't not have French fries. I can't
Yeah.
not have a tater tot.
I'm trying the keto diet.
Yeah.
That's a diet that I have never tried. Every other one I have tried and failed. Well, no, I haven't failed.
No, you
This
always
is real
lost
good.
weight.
Yep, I'm real good at losing weight.
But you gain it back real fast.
Keeping it off, I have not got a clue how to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm giving up potatoes and bread and pasta,
Oh.
which is, my life.
I just had egg noodles the other night.
Oh,
To be honest with you, if he had just brought home egg noodles, I would have been fine with that.
yeah, often nights I have had the egg noodle. Make the rest of the stuff. I don't wanna. I'm gonna just make the egg noodles.
A couple weeks ago, he was just like, what if you put gravy in the egg noodles and put vegetables, in with the egg noodles? He had like gravy noodles.
Then it's called a casserole.
And so we had, here's meat on the side, and then your gravy noodles with veg in it.
I
And
think that would be delicious.
it wasn't bad.
I have nothing bad to say about something like that. But then it's called a casserole.
Well, it was deconstructed.
Okay. Okay. But yeah, those lettuce wraps are fun.
Yeah.
Something different.
Yeah.
We eat the same stuff all the time. Well, I do. At my house, I eat the same stuff all the time. And I just get sick to death of eating stuff.
Yeah.
So, yeah, something like that. Try something different.
Yeah, it was fun.
Yeah,
Plus, it was fun.
it was.
I got one of those living lettuces, and I just peeled some leaves off that. It said to wash it, so I rinsed them and I patted them dry because I don't like water on my
No,
lettuce.
wet lettuce is not good.
It's gross.
But yeah, that was fun, huh?
Yeah, I'll do that again.
Absolutely.
It was real fun.
Plus, that butter lettuce is so good. It's just so
It
good.
tasted good.
Yes. Yes.
The whole sandwich tasted good.
Well-
I didn't miss the bread at all.
Well, I'm glad I said let's try something different.
Yeah.
That's fun. That's fun for me. Hey.
What else is going on? Anything else going on?
Oh, Reginald Manchego is up to about 3 cans of food a day.
Oh, good for him.
I
He's
have-
been real picky lately.
Yes, very. I have found some stuff he likes, and he's been eating about 3 cans a day. I don't give him so much treat food anymore. So that's a good thing. I feel better about that.
Yeah, because you were worried.
I was. He was, you could feel every bone in his spine.
Yeah.
And the doctor didn't seem real worried about him, down to 10 pounds, but I was,
Yeah.
so, but he's elderly. I get that.
Yeah.
So he's back to eating and I feel better about it.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear
And,
it.
and I look at your 3 little ones running around here and they look all good and healthy.
Oh, yeah.
And Tallulah so wants to be on that
She
computer.
wants to be on the keyboard. No.
She does. She's such a good little worker.
You can come up here and talk. You want to talk to me? She said, hell no.
Yeah, I don't want anybody to hear me.
She's purring, though.
I can hear her purring. I don't know if it will pick it up on the mic, but I can hear her purring.
See? Listen. I was up real early this morning, and I was sitting in the chair playing my game on my phone, and Ash came up, and he was sitting, on my belly and on the arm of the chair, like kind of spilling to where my belly and my lap meets.
Half of him was on, half of him was off.
Yeah. And so he was sitting there, and Lula came up, and she wanted to be on the footstool between my calves. And if you don't make enough room, she'll dig.
Oh.
And I don't want her digging
No.
on my new chair, on my new to me chair.
Right. No.
So, I always make room for her to lay down, and she lay down, and she gave Ash a good sniff, and she wanted to fight with him a little bit, but then she was like, no, I'll lay down. And then she was snoring so loud that I was like, who the fuck in this house is snoring this loud? I'm like, Ash? Because Ash has been a little stuffy lately.
Yes.
But I was like, I'm kind of leaning into him, and like, I'm not hearing it. And I'm like, it's her. She's snoring.
How does that little body make enough noise that you can hear?
It was crazy.
She is just so petite. She's a very petite little kitty. That's amazing.
But I was like, and it was only for like a few seconds. I couldn't get my phone out fast. I couldn't change my phone to camera fast enough to get a video of it because like now I feel like a crazy person. Like this little one was snoring like an old man.
Oh dear.
It was crazy.
That's funny. They do. They do. they can snore just like people. When your head's in the wrong place, it's in the wrong place. Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, so what movie are we doing next?
Chitty Chitty
Chitty
Bang
Bang
Bang.
Bang. Yeah.
Another old fashioned car.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's
get back.
kind of steampunky-ish.
A little bit.
That was just before that happened. So
Yeah.
it's another one of my movies, and this is just a feel-good movie for me.
It's a good movie.
I think so. I think so. So I'm excited to do it. That'll be movie number 95.
95.
Wow. I can hardly believe it.
I thought we'd pay attention this long. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. You've already talked about ADD and depression and stuff. How have we lasted this long?
I don't know.
And if it would have been up to me, we would have started a long time before we did, because I kept saying we should do a podcast probably for 6 or 8 months before you decided that we would.
Yeah.
So,
And it's because I was listening to a podcast about the movie Halloween, and the guy didn't have good facts. Like, I was just like, where did you fucking find this stuff from? Because this is not, what are you talking about?
okay.
I know more than you. I can get on the computer and say good stuff.
Yes. See, and that's just, Alexis has so much knowledge about movie stuff in her head that, it's beyond me. So I'm excited that she has so much knowledge, and then I'm good at researching stuff. I'm good at reading stuff and finding out information.
Yeah.
Because I like doing that. So we work out perfectly.
Yeah.
You know so much and I know so little, and it works out. Yeah, baby. So yeah. So it works out, and I think we've evolved into a better show.
Yeah, I think so.
We've learned that we need more information about the beginning of the stuff. So I think we're doing great.
Yeah, I think we've fallen into something comfortable.
Yep. And then we've added our funny little TikToks, which sometimes are hilarious.
Oh, we're ridiculous.
Other times what are those two people doing? So, I mean, I love doing this.
Yeah.
I think it's been fun. So,
Yeah.
this week was rough. Us both trying to get started on it. It was rough.
Yeah. Yeah, because I didn't do my homework until yesterday morning.
And I've fallen into some kind of crazy groove that I don't start until the last minute too. But,
But I had the editing for the last movie, Willy Wonka, done. Like, I did that almost immediately.
Yes, you did. You did.
Which is, unheard of.
Right.
I was telling my therapist about this. She's like, do you enjoy the editing process? I said, no. It's tedious. I don't like tedious.
Right.
Tedious is a job. Getting paid for this?
Right. Maybe one day we will. Maybe we'll be important podcasters.
Sure. I did hear a local commercial though. I can't even remember what it was for when I was listening to Billy Elliot. But it was a local company's commercial, and I was just like, no shit. So I don't know if the commercials that are on Spotify are like, tailored to your locale, or
They must be, because when I have heard the commercials, they have been for local businesses.
no shit. Okay.
Well, one time I heard 3 commercials, and 2 of them were local businesses, 2 different businesses.
Really?
Yes. So
It really caught my attention. Like this is a local business. Like I've heard of. Like I've
yes.
I've thought about using them. Like,
Oh, wow.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So, sorry about the commercials, but we're pretending to make some money. We've made about 30 cents off of it so far, and I can't cash out until we get $1. So,
Oh, no. Well, put some of that money aside because we'll have to pay tax on it.
yeah. Yeah. But
That's called income.
I did notice on Spotify that it like breaks it into little it's got little like chapter descriptions.
Really?
Yeah.
I do not listen to it on Spotify. I either listen to it from Facebook or from YouTube.
But I'll have to show you because it's crazy, and it's just like, yeah, that's exactly what we were talking about.
Oh my gosh. So that's the AI.
Yeah, probably.
The AI's getting us.
Yeah.
We're doomed now.
Oh well.
Yeah. But yeah, and they do. They come on, in the middle of a word. It's weird. But
Yeah.
it's not real because I do watch regular TV and I'm used to commercials. I that gives you a moment to blank out and not think about anything. So
We had to stop watching Mystery Science on Pluto because Mystery Science had dedicated commercial break
yes,
bumpers, and Pluto would always cut a commercial in the middle of the show.
yes,
And it was just like there's a commercial right there.
yes.
Just put it there. And they never
no,
Pluto wouldn't do it.
no. There's a lot of stuff I watch that's on the Roku channel, and it comes up with a thing ad starting in a minute, and then the ad starts after that. That goes away. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of used to it.
Yeah. But if you listen to us on YouTube, which if you aren't following us there, please follow us there. We're growing followers pretty quickly, I think.
Yes,
And we're really, really, really excited about it.
absolutely.
So watch us on YouTube. But I don't think the commercials are on YouTube.
The commercials are not on the YouTube.
Okay.
So, when I first went over to YouTube to watch it, the commercial was in the front of our music. When I turned it on, there was a commercial.
But
and
that's
then
usually with YouTube.
And then the music started and then the podcast.
Okay, that makes sense.
So, is that our commercial? I don't know.
No, that's probably YouTube's.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So no, then there's no commercial. But yeah, it starts before us. But yeah.
Yeah.
No, I don't listen to Spotify or any of the others. I just listen to it on those two.
Yeah.
I used to listen to it on something else. I don't even remember what it was, but we're on everything, so wherever you really want it, you can find it. But
yeah, and if
YouTube's
we're somewhere
so
where we're
fast.
not, let me know.
Yeah.
If we need to be somewhere that you listen to and we're not there, let me know.
Yeah.
Because we're on podcast databases and everybody that's oh, we're putting together a female podcast list. Here's our podcast.
Yeah.
Stuff like that when it comes along. Yeah, I'll join it. There was a podcast network that was oh, you can join our network and it's free to join and blah, 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 blah. But you have to have an interview-based podcast. And I was like, if you knew what our podcast was, why would you even invite me? Because this isn't an interview.
We aren't interviewing. No.
I don't care to know anything about somebody new. I just care to know about this movie.
Right. I interview my computer.
Yeah.
Is that what you want to know? I interview multiple databases on my computer.
Yeah, no shit.
Yeah, no, that's not what they want. No. Oh, yeah. How interesting.
Yeah.
Huh, interesting. yeah. I can't think of what's going on in town. I know there's a 4x4 convention type thing going on in Bowling Green.
I heard that the Apple Butter Festival was this weekend or coming up soon.
Well, yes.
Apple Butter Fest.
That should be, yeah. I don't think I heard anything about it this week, so maybe next week? But yes, apples are ready now. This is the time. But, the 4x4 Fest sounds like pretty exciting over there in Bowling Green.
Okay.
They got a mud pit. I mean, everybody's talking about the mud pit and the burnout.
Okay.
Burnout contest. I'm thinking,
Sure.
who wants to burn out their tires? You
Tires are so expensive. The
Jesus.
tariff on rubber.
Yeah, usually I have more stuff in my mind, but I've got nothing.
Yeah. Well, I don't do anything anyways.
I never go to anything either, but maybe somebody else might want to.
Yeah.
And with Jeep Fest being over,
Thank God.
those Jeep people are looking for something fun to do. So they'll go to the mud pit.
Ugh. It's a little chilly for a mud pit.
It's supposed to get up in the 80s today, Alexis. It won't be chilly.
Well, when I was out this morning, it was a little chilly.
That's because there was no sunshine.
All right.
You are turning into a vampire.
Yeah.
You only go out at night.
That's all right.
I agree.
And it's lame. I went to work. I drove to my office this morning because we have stray animals that live around our office. Like there's a million cats and there's deer and there's geese and there's ravens. They're big ass crow. Like they're either big ass crows or they're full on ravens. We got these big ass birds.
They're everywhere right now.
And so I've been feeding cats, and one of the payroll ladies has a door in her office, and the cat she'll put out food outside her door, and the cats that live in the woods come out and come get food. And
nice.
And she's like, hey, how many cats do you feed in the morning? She's like, because my numbers are down.
Oh.
And I was just like, oh my God. Well, I feed 7 cats usually come out.
You've taken over her cats.
Taken over the cats. And she's just like, because I was describing the cats and she said, oh, this one cat just eats all day. She'll come all over the place. And I'm like, okay, as long as I'm not trying to poach from you. I'm just trying to feed an animal.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, yesterday. Where did I go yesterday? Oh, to the grocery store. Not yesterday, the day before.
Yeah.
When I pulled out of my driveway and I headed down the street to go out onto Sylvania Avenue, there were so many blackbirds hanging around my neighborhood.
Oh my God.
I thought maybe it was the birds. But they were in the street. They were in down where they cut the trees off.
Okay.
They cut those 2 cottonwoods down.
Yeah.
It was covered on both sides of the street, in the street. And I drove real slow, and it was like they didn't want to leave the street.
Huh.
And then they flew up into the tree on the other side of the road. It was like,
damn near run those things over sometimes.
God. What are they doing in my neighborhood?
I don't know. But the ones that come to work and eat the cat food I put out are the biggest fucking birds I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Because where I live, there's not a lot of bird stuff. We have squirrels, chipmunks, but we don't have a lot of birds in my neighborhood. And it was quite surprising to see that many birds in my neighborhood this week.
Huh, maybe somebody was throwing out something real good. Somebody's trash was real juicy.
No, our trash comes on Monday.
Oh.
So it wouldn't have been that. Although, did somebody in the neighborhood just put grass seed down?
Oh,
Maybe that was it. And
yeah.
that's easy pickings for birds. Grass seed.
Yeah, grass seed, we probably should be thinking about putting that down here too.
So I don't know. But they were those great big blackbirds. Crows,
Yeah,
blackbirds,
yeah.
whatever. I don't know. But yeah, there was a lot of them.
Huh,
And unusual for my neighborhood.
yeah.
So weird.
Weird.
We have a lot of cats. There's a lot of cats in my neighborhood roaming. So that's why I think we don't have the birds.
Oh, yeah, that makes sense. But I
But,
don't know if the goddamn bird's as big as a cat, you know.
well, those birds were as big as the cat. So, yeah, weird.
Yeah,
Weird.
yeah. I drive to work on my day off and feed the cats
It's nice of you.
with food that I buy with my own money.
There's probably a huge colony back in there.
There is, and somebody comes in the spring at kitten time and tries to spay and neuter
Yeah, do a
what
spay and neuter.
what they can what they can catch.
Yeah. Well, they bring those right back.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. That would be a project.
Yeah. But they bring houses in the winter. So last year somebody came through and threw the houses all away and they brought more houses back.
Oh, wow. Who would do that?
Some fucking dickhead.
Yeah. Probably somebody who owns some of those buildings back
Yeah.
out in there.
Well, we own our building. We're the landlord at our office.
Okay.
Because there's a couple therapy offices in each of the buildings. There's a therapy office in each of the buildings.
Interesting.
And then we use the rest of the space.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Interesting. But yeah, when they catch those when they find a colony like that, they bring those cats they captured that they spay and neuter, they bring them right back
Yeah.
to live in the colony.
Yeah. And the only reason I even started feeding the cats at all is because there's one cat that is away from it's by itself and it lays in the middle of the road. I have
Ugh.
I have heard that it might be sight impaired. I have heard that it might be hearing impaired.
Oh.
And you can get pretty close to it before it will look at you. So I don't know if that's just because it doesn't want to be messed with or if it can't hear or see you coming.
Right.
But so I just want to make sure that cat makes it through the winter, god damn it.
Yeah.
Because it likes to lay by people's tires. It likes to be under cars.
Oh,
and it's
Lord.
like, little baby, why
Oh.
are you by yourself? First of all, why are you by yourself? Go find other cats to be cat friends with.
Because that's not the way cats work.
I know.
Aw. Poor
But
thing.
it doesn't seem to have a problem, in the feeding line. Because when I put the food out, I have a big cup and I drag a line
Yep.
of
Mhm.
cat food out and it will jump in line with the other cats that come up.
Okay.
It doesn't have any problem.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to make sure that little cat makes it through the winter.
Aw.
Because if I see a dead cat in a parking lot, I'm going to fucking freak out.
Yes. I know. I absolutely know. No, not good.
And it's not going to be just a regular freak out. It'll be a fucking freak out.
Right. Oh. All right. Well, craziness.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the things we worry about.
Yeah.
A cat colony by her work.
Yeah. And
Thank goodness you don't live too far from your work. So, I mean,
right.
if you were driving over to Rossford or Perrysburg, that would be bad.
Ugh. Gross. When I was driving back home from the office, I stopped to get gas, in the middle of the night by myself.
Why not?
I stopped the car And I had exactly 35,000 miles on my car.
Oh,
So I took a picture of it, and Justin's like, "Did you like? Are you empty? Like, you know, I've done that a couple times where I just go out and mind my business, and then it's just like, holy shit, I need gas."
yes.
And no, it was because the gauges had turned off because the car was turned off.
Oh,
So that's why he's like, I thought it was on E, and it's like, no, I don't.
well,
I don't let it get that low.
I do. I do. I was going to get my nails done. And because I used to get gas every Thursday. I would get gas every Thursday faithfully
Yeah.
when I was going places. Now I'm driving to Val's and the gas light dinged. I thought, what? I thought, I don't remember the last time I put gas in this car.
Was it when I was driving? Was it when I put gas in your car?
I think so.
Oh my God.
I was racking my brain and I thought, Lex brought my car back full. I wonder if this is that same tank of gas.
It might be. It might have been.
So I thought, oh, you got to get the gas. I didn't. I went home. Then a couple days later, I went out to Kroger's. I thought, you probably got to get gas now. I got gas when I was at Kroger's.
Because, like, I can go, if we don't do anything, I can go about 12 days between gas fills.
Wow. Okay.
Because,
Okay.
it's just
Because
a here
you
and
don't-
back.
Yeah, you
work and
don't go
back.
far to work. Right.
Yeah. And, if I go to the grocery store, I'm going to the one on my way home. So it's
Exactly.
not out of my way.
Right.
So, yeah, I can edge it almost 2 weeks if I am trying.
Okay.
But
Well,
yeah, no, I can completely understand that it takes you
A
a month to burn 300 miles of gas.
Right. Because I get my nails done, I get my hair done, and I go to the grocery store. That's it.
Yeah.
So,
Oh, that's wild.
yeah. What's that noise? Oh my God, I need gas. You have 38 miles left. Okay.
Oh,
To the gas station
okay.
3 days from now. Yeah, I always got gas every Thursday. I just did that when I was driving a lot. That was my day to get gas.
Yeah.
And now, month goes by. So yeah, craziness.
Well, I have to get the book out and see if my car can do that unleaded 88 gas. It's always cheaper at Sheets.
Oh, well, don't we put 87 in our car?
Yeah.
88 won't be any different.
It says you're supposed to check your book, and I just haven't done that yet.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, my book is in my kitchen for some reason.
Oh.
I brought it in the house,
Okay.
and it never made it back to the car.
Oh,
So if I think about it, I'll look it up.
yeah. Okay.
So
Let me know.
we'll see why that would be any different.
I don't see why it would be. I mean, it's 30 cents difference, but like, I don't
It's
know
30
why.
cents cheaper?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Because the sheet sign said 259, 289, and I stopped at Speedway because I know I get 5 cents off a gallon at Speedway at 289.
Wow. Well, I had used up all of my money before, so I only had 10 cents at the gas station.
Your Kroger points?
Yeah, my Kroger points.
You haven't used up all your money.
What?
You said I used up all my money.
No, well, I heard
It feels like it when you go to the grocery store.
yeah. I heard this thing that the average gas in California is $4.68.
My God.
And I used my dime at Kroger like the day before yesterday, and I got gas for $2.79.
Nice.
I'm thinking, Wow. $4 in California. But you know what? Everything in California is more expensive.
Yeah.
And that's just because.
Oh, there was a Cybertruck driving next to me yesterday. He thought he was a cool guy.
Oh,
It was some old guy, some old bald guy. You were bald, dude. And just saw a thing that said that most insurance companies have dropped their coverage of Cybertrucks,
yes, I heard that.
and that if they do offer you insurance, it's at like $9,000 a half.
Yes, I heard that. The guy said, "Oh, is that for a half?" He goes, "No, that's every month." What?
Yeah, because it was like $900 and change a
Because
month.
they're having so much trouble with them. The automatic driving thing is for shit, apparently. Oh my
I mean,
god.
look at it. It looks like a garbage, like a dumpster on wheels.
Yep.
It doesn't look like a car. It doesn't look
It's not a sexy
aerodynamic.
looking car. Absolutely not.
It looks like
And why would you
dumpster.
pay double for that thing when you could have a sexy looking car?
I could have a real nice BMW for that for $120,000.
This,
A real sexy one.
or a great big pickup truck or something
Yeah.
with a chrome and
Yeah.
flashing lights and oh my god, why would you want that?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
I don't know. For one big windshield wiper that looks stupid as shit. I don't know. I don't. The people that have the people that I see driving the Cybertrucks, it's just like
Yeah, they look like they should be driving a cyber truck.
you're a dummy.
Oh no. Oh no. I don't know. I don't know. Strange
I
things.
could imagine because I pay. What do I pay like $5.50 a half, and that's for me and Justin, and it's only so high because I still owe money on my car.
Right. Right. You have to have that extra stuff. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's funny. I don't know. I think I'm down to like $90 a month or something.
Really?
Which is weird because I was not paying that much when I lived in a different zip code. And I moved to the zip code I'm in.
Yeah.
And my insurance went up.
Yeah.
And it went up considerably.
Well, now that you own the car outright, you might shop around. You might see what's out there for you.
Oh yeah, that sounds like a reasonable thing to do now, doesn't it?
But,
But yeah, when I moved into my zip code, I thought, okay, am I in the hood now or something? What the hey?
well, there are parts of your zip code that are not nice.
Okay. But my car lives in a garage.
Because your zip code goes all the way down past Lewis.
Oh. Oh. Wow. Okay.
Because I don't think it turns into 1-2 until around Lewis.
Oh wow. Okay. Well, that would explain it.
And I think 1-3 stretches out, to Hill Avenue.
Holy cow.
I think 1-3 is,
Wow.
well, maybe Door Street. I think Door Street's something different, but yeah.
Wow. Okay.
But yeah, like your your zip code. Yeah, your zip code is pretty diverse.
I guess so. Okay. Right. Okay. But anyway, I don't mind paying that. I mean, that's a part of driving.
Yeah.
That's the cost of having a car.
Yep.
Getting the gas, getting the oil change, paying your insurance. I don't, I do not complain about that much.
Yeah, now that you own the car outright, you might shop around.
I should. I never even thought of that.
Oh yeah.
Gosh, I paid that car off a long time ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I don't got much else going on.
No, nothing. Nothing's going on. Thank God.
All right. Well, we'll be back in a couple weeks with episode number 95, Chitty Chitty Bang Bang.
Hot dogs.
So hold on to your butts. We'll be back.
We will.
Great. Bye, everyone.
Bye bye.